All right, my lovers. Aries, welcome to Ulta Love TV. I'm MJ. I'm the founder of Ulta Love, and I like to offer you tarot and yoga and breath work and some good stuff online to help you feel a little better in your body, your mind. You know, it's all in there. It's all in our minds and our hearts, and I think it's a fascinating ongoing journey. Welcome. Okay, Aries, we're going to go and do your November 2023. If you stumble upon these videos and the messages resonate, take them, right? Only take what resonates, leave the rest. Enjoy this video, this content. And if you're inspired, if you feel guided, of course, you're welcome to book a private reading. I will never reach out to you and offer my services in that regard. As far as just offering, sharing, doing the free content is really about people getting to know what you do and you making a conscious choice as a conscious consumer, whether or not you want. I just realized I'm rambling on because I watched 2 episodes of a show on Disney Plus called The Con, and one of them was about like psychics and these psychics that scammed vulnerable people out of like a lot of money. And I mean, there was something about the Fire Festival, and I've now watched, I think, about 3 episodes, but I binged on 2, and I watched that and just thought, whoa, wow, what are people like? Isn't it amazing? I mean, grow to the large scale of the world economic, and it's like, there's a lot of weird shit that goes down, I think, when it comes to power. Anyway, let us stop rambling and crack on with the November reading for the beautiful Aries lovers. Divine guidance and loving clarity for my Aries. That's my intention, by the way, with tarot. Divine guidance and loving clarity. I'm an intuitive. Divine guidance and loving clarity for Aries. Anybody that stumbles upon the video. Woo! Good. Nice energy, Aries. You're working hard. You're working very, very hard indeed. I'll take this. There's an Empress and a King of Wands here. So there's a very kind of divine balancing energy, I would say. Or there's an energy of support coming through, wanting to support you in your endeavors. It could be a male or a female, right? Depending, especially with generals, like definitely just take what resonates, or switch it up with genders and stuff. You're definitely working hard, and or there's like a pretty dominant focus on your pentacle, your money, your work, your working life. I mean, for some of you, you might get promoted. There could be some sense of promotion with for some reason, I'm picking that up, the Empress and the King of Wands here. Yeah, you're working hard on something that maybe you took a bit of a leap on in the past, a while back. Yeah. Okay, I saw a card and I heard the word marriage, and then these 2 popped up. So I'm like, oh, for some of you, you might be invited to a wedding, or you might meet somebody that you could end up marrying. Only because I feel like you're so focused and determined on the work that if you are in a partnership, they might end up proposing and you're like, whoa, okay. Like you maybe don't see it coming, or you meet somebody and you fall in love, but this is not, that marriage card is there, and there's characters in this play that would be indicative of a marriage or a kind of proposal or just an up level in the relationship sector of your life. However, this is not on your mind, especially if this is like, end of October, November, early November when you're watching this. You're like, yeah, okay. I'm working really hard right now. Yeah, you're not partying. You're literally just focusing on your pentacle, and you're coming, but you're just super magnetic as well. Like if you're in a working environment, if you work in an office, like it's like there's people taking note. You might be a little bit mentally stressing, though. Just be aware of that. Okay, so straight up, Aries. For some of you, you're burying your head in work because there's a love situation that you're like, you might not want to deal with it. That's the vibratory. it could be super powerful, and it could be a really magnetic what's the word? Chemistry, to magnetic connection. That's the word, connection. But you're like, I'm just gonna keep working. I'm just gonna keep working, and it's quite humorous at the same time. I'm like, you're not gonna be able to avoid this forever. You just ain't. You ain't. You're not gonna be able to avoid this connection forever. It's here. And it's juicy. It's powerful. It's the Lovers, Empress, King of Wands, upright. These people are all in the upright. I wouldn't worry. I wouldn't. However, while you're just like work, you're kind of like, I just don't want to have to deal with that, or I don't want to have to speak to that person. It could just be you having to like say something to somebody. It could be a long-term partnership, but there seems to be like distance around you. Like you're really focusing on the work right now. You're really and that could be part of like what's coming in for you, Aries, is you can't just stay on your own and focus on yourself or focus on work forever. Okay? And there's like a powerful, the Lover's energy often is regarded as like the love card. The card of like Adam and Eve, the card of like the eternal couple, right? As it were. Don't deny the love, Aries, if it's coming in. And I say this because the cards are also highlighting if you're just gonna work and deny the love, like it's not gonna help your mindset. Okay, you're not gonna just like go to calmer waters without having to face this love situation or talk about it or deal with it or something. And then there's another page. I'm like, yeah, you're really resistant. I think there could be part of you that's like, no, I'm just going to keep working. I've just got to keep working. I can't talk to this person. I can't talk. But I'm like, and there's something here about the masculines looking one way, the feminines looking one way. Like, like you might not be quite on the same page just yet, but it's kind of hard when you're not communicating and you're just focusing on the work, right? I'm hearing this. So I'm hearing somebody's got their eye on you. Like somebody's got the hots for you kind of thing. Potential. There's great potential. Plus you're working hard, right? Oh, what did I see? Yeah. It's weird. This card is just the one upright one. How bizarre. How bizarre. How bizarre. Yeah, the Ten of Pentacles here, I'm like, you're working. Well, there's no doubt. I mean, like, somebody working that hard is bound to be focusing on creating a 10 here. But I still feel that there's a little bit of frazzle-dazzle on the mental level. Let's get some clarity. Like, and I more than likely, the mental stuff is to do with a connection, a love connection. There's another 8 of coins. I'm like, you're just like, yeah, and you're really, really determined for whatever reason. You're super dupes determined. And that's not a bad thing, right? There's something about expanding into a more fulfilling life. Oh, I see this now. So, okay, this is all part of it, right? Like, we can be on our own. We can work really hard. We might go from 8 to 9, and then we're still on a roll. We have the 9, and we're rolling. However, one of the differences about the 8 and the 9, and then the 10, is that the 10 is a full life. The 10 isn't just having lots of money for yourself. 9, it's having enough to share and to receive, and there's dogs and there's other people. It's that whole classic thing of like, no man is an island, or like, it's great to like get to the top of something, but it's not as joyful necessarily when we're by ourselves, or if we have a longing to share those experiences with another human being. This becomes the epic fulfillment once we've gotten to that 8 and that 9 of Pentacle, right? Because then you're like, oh, I've got enough to share, and I'm lonely, so lonely, right? So you're working on it, and like the missing link, I'd say for the Aries independent lovers is to open up. Because again, the mental stuff doesn't seem to be, it's like this is something that is part of landing you. This is this connection, this opening up to something romantic, long lasting, some divine connections is actually part of getting from the 8 to the 10 of Pentacle, but also soothing a troubled mind. It's like on the surface, they're like, I'm just working really hard. But that nighttime, you're like, I'm not sleeping. I'm troubled. I'm overworked, whatever it might be, right? Or just simply like needing more companionship, needing support, needing that stuff. Aries, I must say, you're allowed to need support, like Aries is super independent, go-getter, etc. But like everybody needs help. Everybody needs like people in their lives, right? And so maybe there's this sense of, maybe initially Aries as well, with this Empress and King of Wands, it's something to do with you unifying more of all of who you are and feeling like, because there could be a part of you that's still a bit split. As in, maybe there's a couple people, maybe you have options, or maybe there's a genuine part of you is like, I really don't know if I want to have a partner. Or I really don't know if I want, like, you're really, really strong and independent. But there's like one part of you looking one way, one part of you looking another way. And that split is seeming to create a little bit of mental confusion. However, 10 of Swords. So we've got the 6, the 9, now the 10. I'm like, I think this month, or certainly like as we get into winter, you're likely to have like, okay, I see clearly. I could see clearly now. Right? You can see clearly. Maybe you've worked enough. Maybe you get that promotion. Maybe you get that thing. Maybe you right? Like, and then finally you're like, oh, and now this is the missing piece. Okay, so open up, okay? I'm hearing that message of like, open up, don't be afraid, don't be frightened, open up, have faith, right? Have faith. By the way, the King of Wands, that's another fire sign, Aries, Sag, Leo. Yeah, and I feel, Aries, this is something that maybe is uncomfortable for you. It's something that is out of your comfort zone around having to communicate or having to even just organize your own thoughts, kind of thing, before sharing something or before communicating with somebody. But there's definitely like a shift of like, okay, I'm going to let this go and step into this. Maybe you're going to let go working on your own. Maybe you're going to let go of a job. Maybe you're going to, right, like let go of past illusions, past projections as well. Like illusions around a relationship is a big one. You might be letting go of that. And then there really could be somebody that comes in and sort of shows themselves, or you communicate to somebody or some situation. There's a lot of abundance here, so I also want to say to you, Aries, your hard work is paying off. Like the hard work you've been putting in and are putting in is paying off. It might not be super dupes obvious like today or the first couple weeks of November, but I feel like if you just keep at it, like there's this new energy flow, and there's a lot of mental either confusion or not as bad as despair, I would say, but yeah, like a confusion in the mindset, or just maybe despair, nightmares, grief. It could be that bad for some of you. Can you hear my sniffles? Super fun, isn't it? I slept about 9 hours last night. When you do, when I get sniffly like this, I overdose supreme on vitamin C, like really good high grade vitamin C. I just take loads and loads of vitamin C, and then I was getting a tickle cough, but once every 5 years, I end up going to the pharmacy and getting something called Night Nurse to help me sleep, and boy, does it conk me out. Anyway, lots of love to you, Aries. Hey, hi. This always gets posted to my Patreon community first, so thank you. Holla to my patrons. We do a lot of intuitive sharing. Obviously, the weeklies and the monthlies go to the Patreons first. Any live shares always get posted on the Patreon page. And then I do like a little bit of intuitive sharing links when I go live and do breathwork, meditation, yoga, and then some intuitively guided collective shares. So thank you guys so much for being here. Aries, have a great month of November. I'll look forward to seeing you in December. Let me know if that resonates. I really like to get to know you all in the comments. And if you want to know more, check out ultralove.com. I feel like an elf. I just need this ear to be a bit pointy, and we're right in the elfin lands. I'm going to end up snorting on you. Gross. Okay, lots of love, you guys. Peace out. Have a great month. See you soon.